Psalm 91 verse 1 and 2. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Without any hesitation, one can say that today we live in a land of death. David the psalmist also walked in such a place, and he calls it as a place which has a shadow of death. But he said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil." Amazing, isn't it? How did he get such confidence, such boldness, such fearlessness? How? If you would understand the first two verses of Psalm 91, you will come to know the secret. Psalm 91's author is unknown. Many believe that Moses wrote this psalm because it has similar language of Psalm 90, which is the Psalm of Moses. But in the 2nd century, when 70 translators translated Old Testament, which is now called as Septuagint renders the authorship of Psalm 91 to King David. If it were King David, then David, who was fearless to walk in the shadow of death, has an emphatic reason to walk boldly through the shadow of death. And the reason is that he knows that there is another shadow, the shadow of the Almighty. These two shadows emit powerful message for us today. Today, we are truly passing through the shadow of death. Hundreds of thousands are affected by coronavirus. People are dying in vast numbers, dying due to breathlessness, dying due to lack of facilities, dying due to fear, dying suddenly without any reasons. Many asked me, "Pastor, how can I trust God in such a scenario?" First of all, He is invisible. Secondly, I am affected by COVID. I have symptoms of COVID. I see people are dying. It is lethal. Be practical, Pastor. Don't bring religion into this. We need to help ourselves. Don't bring God in this. And some others say, "I do trust God, Pastor, but will it help me? Can He draw me out of this danger? Will a simple trust show me results?" So many questions that propel our fears, doubts, anxieties, anger, helplessness, and so much because of this pandemic and deadly pestilence, the second wave in this country, India. But today, right now, I want to pass on this strong message. Believe me, it will work. But before that, note this difference. David says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death." And in Psalm 91, we see the psalmist says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of God shall abide in the shadow of the Almighty." In one shadow, we have to walk through. But in the other shadow, we need to stay there. We need to abide. The message is, if you knew how to dwell, how to stay, how to live in the shadow of the Almighty, I assure you, you can easily walk through the valley of shadow of death, because it is the shadow of the Almighty that gives you covering. It is the shadow of the Almighty gives you power. It is the shadow of the Almighty gives you healing. It is the shadow of the Almighty gives you strength. It gives you immunity. So no harm shall come near you. No pestilence shall touch you. No horror will be visible. No death shall dare to stand at your door. Stay, live, abide in the shadow of the Almighty. You will be bold, confident, hopeful, and will easily walk through the shadow of death.